Hey team, let's get good with ionic compounds. Before we start, I want to do a review of monatomic versus polyatomic ions. An example that I'm using here is nitrate versus nitride. The reason being is that they both contain nitrogen, so they can be very confusing. A nitride ion is an N3 minus, and it's included in compounds like aluminum nitride, sodium nitride, and beryllium nitride. And it doesn't matter that we only have 1, 2, or even up to 3 of those atoms in the compound. The name will still be nitride. Polyatomic ion, nitrate, has a nitrogen and 3 oxygens together, always together. That's what makes them a nitrate. The examples are aluminum nitrate, sodium nitrate, beryllium nitrate. And again, even if we have multiples, we could have the same name. On to the homework. The first 8 questions are all very similar in that the cations are named straight up after their element, and the anions are all monatomic. Iodine, the first one, which becomes iodide, beryllium, oxygen, sulfur, bromide, oxide, sulfide. Same with the rest of them here. Again, the name is just the first cation element, and then the anion with an IDE ending. Up through question number 10 here, we have the same anions that are monatomic. Again, iodine becomes iodide, fluoride becomes fluoride. On question 11, though, we do see our first polyatomic ion. NO3 is a nitrate ion. That's one of the 6 we asked you to memorize. SO4 is sulfate, NO3 is nitrate, and CO3 is carbonate. The name for the cation portion is the same. It's whatever element that you've got. Question 15 is challenging because you've got a transition metal. We don't really know what the charge is on it, so you need to supply that information. Now, where did that Roman numeral 3 come from? It came from this 3 here. The sulfate has 3 next to it, which meant that iron had a 3 plus charge because sulfate has a 2 minus charge. 16 is a little bit more straightforward. That's just tin fluoride. Up through question 20, we've got some more polyatomic ions. PO4 is phosphate, OH is hydroxide, PO4 again is phosphate. Question 20 is challenging again because of our transition metal. This one's a little bit more difficult than the last because oxygen has a 2 minus charge, and there's 2 of them. So overall, there will be a 4 minus charge in this compound. In order to make it neutral, the manganese would have to be plus 4. That's why I have a Roman numeral 4 in the name. As for the find the mistakes questions, AlBr2 is written incorrectly. Aluminum has a plus 3 charge, so we should have 3 bromines to balance it out. The next one has extraneous twos. Because the charge is already balanced out, plus 2 and minus 2, you don't need to do any crisscrossing. Just write CaSO4 and be done. Ba2P3, again, this number is not the charge. Charge for barium is 2, and for phosphorus is 3 minus, so these need to be crisscrossed. MgOH2 is missing some parentheses. That's there because the OH is a polyatomic ion together. We're going to spend a little bit more time doing our formulas. Each one has a 3-step process. Write out the symbol, Al for aluminum, O for oxygen. Write out your charges, 3 plus for aluminum, minus for oxygen. You need to be able to know how to do that. Come up with it. They come from your periodic table. Because the train that you don't balance, you need to crisscross, end up with Al2O3. 22 is barium iodide. Barium is Ba. Iodine is I. Barium has a 2 plus charge, where iodine has a 1 minus. You need to crisscross here. The 1 on the barium is not necessary. Calcium sulfide is CaS. Calcium is C plus. Sulfur is 2 minus. No need to crisscross. It's already neutral. 24 has a transition metal, hence the Roman numeral 1. Copper is Cu, Because we don't know its charge, we use our Roman numeral. It's a +1 charge. +5 has a 3 minus charge. We do need to crisscross, and you don't need to write a 1 for the phosphorus. Silver 1 oxide, start with Ag, O. Silver has a +1 charge, remember, Roman numeral, oxygen, and crisscross to make it neutral. Sodium bromide is NaBr, and because we have a +1 and -1 charge, it's already balanced. Zinc 2 fluoride is ZnF. The charge is given the Roman numeral. And for fluorine, we know it's a -1 charge. Crisscross. Iron 3 oxide, iron is Fe. Charge is +3, and oxygen is a -2 charge. You will need to crisscross these to get a neutral compound. Sodium phosphide is NaP, and sodium is a 1+ charge, well, phosphorus is 3-. Crisscross, don't need to write a 1 for the phosphorus. Lead 2 sulfate, so lead is a +2 in this case. Sulfate is SO4 2-. Yeah, that whole thing. Good news is it's already silver 1 nitrate. Silver Ag. This 1+ comes from nitrate is NO3. It's got a 1- charge. It's already neutral. Cesium oxide is CSO. Cesium has a 1+ charge. Oxygen has a 2-. You do need to crisscross in this case. Ammonium is one of our polyatomic ions. It's a different one. It's positive. And phosphate is PO4 3-. You do need to crisscross in this case because you have more than one polyatomic ion. You'll need parentheses. Iron 3 sulfide, iron 3+ from this Roman numeral. Sulfide, we're back to monatomic, just be an S, 2-. Crisscross to make this one